hear me and see me and all of that good stuff. So, thanks, Bev. All right. Oh, for everyone, go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. Now, just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed, go ahead and feel your feet on the floor or whatever connected to something. Allow yourself to feel that connection. Allow yourself to feel centered and grounded. Allowing yourself to be right here, right now, as present as possible. Hmm. Wait. Hey, Bev, tell me, okay, you can't hear me at all? Um, Testing one, two, three. Don't seem to have any way to change the settings here. No. You, right, you hear me slightly? Um, that's weird. Hey, Rose. Rose, can you hear me? Okay. And is it hard to hear me? Do you hear me clearly? All right. So Bev, maybe your volume is turned down. Hmm. Well, I don't know why that's happening. um, if Rose is able to hear me fine, then I don't know what. Technology, gotta love it. Um, Let me check one more thing. I am talking now. um, Let me check the what seems to be the sound settings. Um, yeah, whether with headphones or with the speakers, it's the spatial sound. Um, does that make a difference, Bev? Do you hear? Does it has it changed at all? Because I've just been playing around with some settings on here, um, which means that maybe you can hear me better, and maybe it's going to blow Rose's ears out with the headphones. I don't know. All right. All right. I don't know. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to do some tapping. We'll muddle through as best we can. Um, all right. Now you can hear me clearly? All right. And just messing around with, yeah. Okay. Well, so I turned the volume up on the, I think I messed with something on the sound system, which may or may not be a good thing. I don't know. Um, we'll see. Alrighty. So, again, starting again. Take two. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Now, just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed. Go ahead and feel your feet on the floor. I allow, yeah, yep, I see it. So, with your eyes closed, all right, Bev. If you can hear me now, then yes, I saw your post that you hear it clearly. Although now, since you're not aware that I'm, we're gonna muddle through. Anyhow, if you can hear me, close your eyes, take a deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. And now, just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed. With your eyes closed, breathing comfortably, go ahead and feel your feet on the floor. Allow yourself to feel that connection. Allow yourself to feel centered and grounded. Allowing yourself to be right here, right now, as present as possible, so as to receive maximum benefit from our time together. Just following your breath through your body. Just allow yourself to be aware of what's going on inside. Noticing how you're feeling physically and how you're feeling emotionally. Just checking in with yourself for a moment, seeing how you're doing. Right. Bev, I do see your posts. If you can hear me, then I'm seeing your posts. Um, if you're not hearing me, if you're not hearing me say that I'm seeing your posts, then I don't think I'm not sure you're hearing me fine. So I'm not sure what technical issues are still going on. So, so I'm going to continue. So still with your eyes closed, feeling what's going on inside, and thinking about something that you want, some change that you want to create in your life. Just allowing yourself to be aware of what you'd like to have, what you'd like to do, and ask yourself what it might take to create that change. What actions can you take to change the circumstances that you wish to change? And just allow yourself to be aware of what thoughts or ideas come up, And if part of you says, I don't know what actions to take, then the first action to take would be to look it up on Google. So imagine taking these actions or taking some action. What's an action that you could take today? Or if not today, then sometime in the next week. Some action that you could take to change your circumstance, to move you in the right direction, to move the needle, as they say, from where you are to where you want to go. Imagine yourself taking that action and allow yourself to be aware of what goes on inside. What do you feel physically? What do you feel emotionally? What resistance might you be feeling? Allow yourself to be aware of how intense that resistance might be on a scale of 0 to 10. Notice where in your body you might be feeling it. Allow yourself to be aware of what thoughts, beliefs, and memories might be coming up that contribute to that resistance. What are you afraid of? What would be the negative consequence of taking this action? And allow yourself to do this without judgment as much as possible. Just allowing yourself to be aware of why you might believe that you're protecting yourself by not taking these actions, how it might endanger you to take these actions. Just allowing yourself to be aware of what goes on in there, allowing yourself to be aware of what feels important and what feels relevant. And take a deep breath. Open your eyes. And side of the hand. Oops. I'm having some weird things with my sound system again. Hold on. Mm, Okay. So, even though I might have some resistance, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I might have some resistance, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I might have some resistance to taking action, some resistance to making changes in my life, some resistance that stops me. It could even cause technological issues because I have all this resistance. And even though I have this resistance, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself, and maybe anyone else who might be involved. All this resistance, all this resistance to taking this action, all these ways that I procrastinate, all these ways that I stop myself from taking more action. Because there are things that I want to change in my life, different circumstances that I'd like to experience. And there are things that I can do to make that happen. And I'm not always doing them. Sometimes I'm not sure what to do. So the action I could take is to look it up on Google. What do I do to change this circumstance? And then I'll get plenty of ideas of what I could do. Plenty of suggestions about what actions I could take. But then I'll have to take those actions. Much easier to convince myself that I just don't know what to do. I'd do it if I knew what to do. I just don't know what to do. And I'm clearing that. Clearing this resistance. All this resistance to taking action, including the action of figuring out what actions to take. And maybe I know exactly what to do. And I just keep coming up with excuses as to why I'm not taking those actions. And it's not because I'm bad or stupid. It's just that part of me is saying there would be unfortunate consequences. And I'm afraid that I couldn't handle them. Taking action would get me into some kind of trouble. And I don't want to experience that trouble. So instead of beating myself up for procrastinating, which part of me tells me to do, which is just another way of procrastinating, instead of beating myself up, I choose to be compassionate with myself and ask what I'm afraid of. I'm thanking this part of me that believes it's protecting me. I appreciate the loving intention. And I choose to see what's going on behind that. If there really is a danger that I'm protecting myself from, then I choose to look at creating something different. I also choose to see where my fears are unfounded. Is what I'm afraid of real? And if not, I choose to clear that fear. I'm taking a look at what stops me and either seeing that it makes sense and I can change course and find something that's better for me, or I can clear up the fear and allow myself to take action. I have what it takes to take action. So I'm clearing the resistance, clearing the fear, setting myself free in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. And close your eyes. Go inside and think about what actions you could take. Decide when you're going to take that action, or at least when you're going to schedule that action. If you can't do it, like if you can't take that action today, at least right after this call, you can put it in your calendar when you're going to take that action. What gets scheduled gets done. And just allow yourself to be aware of any resistance that still might be showing up. And take a deep breath. Let it go. And check in and let me know what's going on, what's coming up, what stops you. And Google might actually have millions of answers to that. Yeah. So asking yourself, what what am I afraid of? Yeah. Well, let's clear some of that. Well, first, go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And say, I'm afraid of success. And just allow yourself to be aware of what thoughts and ideas come up around that. What might you be afraid of? What would be the negative consequence of experiencing greater success? Who in your life might make things difficult for you? How would it change relationships in your life if you experienced greater success in any area of life? How would greater success put you in harm's way physically, financially, personally, professionally. Ah, all right. Even though greater success would cost me too much, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though greater success would cost me too much, I choose to love and honor myself anyway. Even though greater success would cost me too much, including the possibility of rejection, taking the actions that it would take to try to be more successful would lead to too much pain for me and others. And even though trying to be more successful will cost me too much, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself, and maybe anyone else involved in this. All this fear of success, all this fear of failure, all this fear of success, all this fear of failure. I'm choosing to clear all these fears. Because most of them are based on misinformation. I've created all these ideas in my mind about the pain that I'll experience, or the pain that other people will be, or the pain that other people will experience if I take these actions. And will it really be that painful? All this fear of pain, all this pain that I'm fearing, this fear that people will say no, and that'll feel like rejection. And I have to feel pain about that, right? But if I go into a store and ask for something that they don't have, and they say no, do I have to feel pain? Rejection is just redirection. It doesn't have to be painful. But in order to be more successful, I'm going to have to take all these actions. And those will take time and energy. Time and energy that I spend on other things right now, like my family. So in order for me to have more success, I have to sacrifice time with my family. they'll have to make a sacrifice. It may be that my success will make it worth it. Maybe they would be happy for me to do that. Because my success is a win-win situation. And I may have a lot of confusion about how much time it's actually going to take. Because my family doesn't need me 24/7. They may not even want me around 24/7. Because they've got stuff to do too. But I tell myself it's going to take too much time. It'll take time away from my family. And then my procrastination on success actually sounds like a noble thing. Oh, I could be more successful. But I'm choosing my family over success. And who's going to argue with that? It's actually quite brilliant. And a lot of people do it. Some people even suffocate their families as a way of avoiding success that they're afraid of. As a way of avoiding the pain of disappointment. If I put more time and energy into being more successful, I run the risk of being disappointed. But if I can avoid that and say I'm being a good family person, then that feels like a double win to me. And I love and appreciate that part of me. That has been convinced that this makes sense, that has been convinced that this is the right way to do it. But if I were fully convinced that this was the right way to do it, I wouldn't even be thinking about actions that I could take. I'd say there's no changes that I need to make here. I'm doing everything right now. I wouldn't even be here tapping right now if I believed that where I was putting my time and energy right now was the best use of my time and energy. I wouldn't even have ideas about what success might look like. Because I'd already feel that I'm successful. And I am. I'm 100% successful 100% of the time. According to part of my mind. It's just that I'm often successful at staying stuck. And that's fine if that feels like and that's fine if that feels like success to me. And since I'm imagining some things that I would like to change, I choose to know that there's a way to do that. So I'm clearing this fear. Clearing the fear that I couldn't handle it. Clearing the fear that my family couldn't handle it. And maybe there are things that I'm doing for my family that maybe they need to be doing for themselves. And in my attempt to avoid things that scare me, I may be doing things that aren't in their best interest. And not because I'm bad or stupid. I'm really trying to take care of all of us. And sometimes I do it in misguided ways because of all this old programming that tells me to do so. And I'm releasing what no longer serves me. Releasing the fears. All these fears that tell me to stop. All these fears that limit my clarity. These fears stop me from being clear about what I could do. And I love and appreciate the loving intention. I know that part of me is just trying to keep me safe. But that's based on confusion. That's based on old misunderstandings. And I'm setting myself free from those fears so that I can move forward in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. And check in with what's going on inside and let me know what's coming up. Even though I have this old resentment about working that no longer serves me. Yeah. So allowing yourself to recognize that there was that fear, that resistance was at a certain time. That's the thing is we have old behaviors and patterns and beliefs that keep us stuck that no longer serve us. Like the analogy I always use is about holding a grown-up's hand when we're crossing the street. As a kid, That's a good belief for us to have, that I should hold a grown-up's hand when I'm crossing the street. At a certain point, it's no longer useful. Otherwise, a lot of us would still be stuck on some street corner somewhere. Hey, can you please hold my hand? Um, so allowing yourself to be aware of that lingering feeling of, oh, okay, there was a time when my children needed more time, and I wanted to have more time for them, and that circumstances are now changed, and so now you have that freedom to put time and energy into other things. And as teenagers, they won't be too unhappy about that. You'll still be able to, we all get to choose our level of success. You can have a lot more success without putting in that much more time. And there are levels of success that will take more time. And if it's time that you don't want to spend on that, then that's a level of success that you may not want at this point in time. You know, it's not, one or the other. I spend all my time at home and never work, or I spend all my time at work and I'm never at home. We all have a sweet spot in between that as to where it feels most right for us. And, as we keep tapping and clearing the resistance, we'll get to that place. We'll find, here's where I'm at. And I do want more success, which means that I could probably, some of the stuff I'm hanging on to back here that holds me back is probably not necessary. And, to the extent that it is necessary, we won't feel that draw to, to go places that would require losing that. We'll find that sweet spot. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, that yeah. Or giving them things they don't need, and maybe part of you says, "Oh, well, if I don't have more money, then I can stop myself from, if they want things that I don't think they should have, I can say, oh, well, we can't afford it." So that's you want to clear any fear of that up. And Bev, yeah, the that fear of failing high, and keep tapping here. When we're on the ground, we look and we say, oh, if I stand up, I have the fear of falling down. But we're already down. So, it's like you can't lose something you haven't got. So allow yourself to say, oh yeah, if I try, if I go for having this thing that I don't already have, that I don't have at the moment, I got nothing to lose. So there's no, there isn't, well, there's no failure. There's only feedback. And it's looking at them going, okay, well, that didn't work. So I try something else. But you can't fail. So just allow yourselves to keep being aware of these things that come up. See where your mind is telling you, this is where it's dangerous. This is where it's dangerous. And allowing yourself to keep tapping through that and go, no, that's a false belief. That's an illusion. That's not a real danger. Um, setting something up and not having it work out is that feels dangerous, but it's not a real danger in terms of, well, if it's something I don't already have, then it's not something that I can lose. And we can worry, well, but then I'll lose hope because I'll believe it can never work out. It's like, no, it doesn't mean that. It just means that what you're doing or what you tried this time isn't the way that worked. And, let's go back to Thomas Edison figuring out the light bulb. 1,000 attempts, and he didn't see it as 1,000 failures. But we get into this mindset of it's failure, and that's just old programming from the past. It's misunderstandings about effort and achievement. and allow ourselves to see, oh, here's my intention. I intend to get these meetings. I intend to have this position teaching. I intend to make money at this. And there are a lot of different opportunities. And sometimes we get stuck on one that may not be the ideal opportunity. And so we look at that and go, okay, maybe this isn't quite the right opportunity. And I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm going to keep taking action. And then I'll figure it out. And I'll figure out, okay, the way I'm going about it is not as effective as I'd like or as it needs to be. Or what I'm trying to create here isn't what it's really about. And as we keep moving forward, taking action, tapping on disappointment, tapping on resistance, we get greater clarity about, oh, here's what I would really enjoy even more. Here's what would be even more successful. Here's what I want even more. So keep tapping, keep clearing, and the answers keep coming. So hopefully that makes sense. So go ahead and let's close out with some guided imagery. Go ahead and get yourselves comfortable. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Another deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. A third deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Now just breathe with your eyes closed. Breathing comfortably, and just imagine that with each breath you take in, you breathe in relaxation and positive energy. Go ahead and imagine a healing light of whatever color you like surrounding your body so that with each breath you take in, your lungs comfortably draw in that healing light, allowing it to flow through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. Imagine a healing shower flowing down crystal clear water that's a perfect temperature as it flows over the top of your head, soothing and relaxing your scalp, washing away fear, doubt, anxiety, washing away anger, sadness, guilt, shame, washing away pain, frustration, disappointment, embarrassment, washing these away to reveal the light that you truly are. Allowing more and more of that light to be revealed as that healing shower flows over your forehead, relaxing the muscles in your face, flowing down over the back of your head, your neck, your shoulders, washing away tension, leaving your shoulders calm, comfortable, and relaxed. Healing shower flowing down your arms, all the way down over your fingertips, down over your chest and your stomach, soothing and relaxing, healing and cleansing, and allowing yourself to remain comfortably in whatever position you choose. Allow that healing shower to flow down over your upper and lower back. And as your torso relaxes, your internal organs comfortably do whatever they need to do to achieve and maintain your optimal level of health and well being in body, mind, and spirit. As that healing shower continues down over your body, down over your hips and your thighs, over your knees, down your lower legs, through your ankles, into your feet. And finally, that relaxation flows over your toes as you allow yourself to relax twice as much, going at least twice as deep with each number as I count backwards: 5, drifting down to 4, floating down to 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. Deeper, deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. And in this calm, comfortable state of mind and body, go ahead and imagine yourself in some beautiful place outdoors and allow yourself to see something ahead of you, something that you'd like to experience. Could be metaphorical, could be, you're at the beach and you want to go down to the water's edge. Could be a flower you'd like to go smell. could be a stack of money, whatever it is, and allow yourself to be aware that it's hard to move forward at the moment, that there's something that might be stopping you. And you can see that it's just a little ways ahead. And it's a matter of taking some steps. You might see certain obstacles. There may be a rock that you need to walk around or walk over. You can see the steps that you need to take to get there. Just allow yourself to be aware of any resistance, recognizing that's just some old part of you saying that it doesn't feel safe, it's not right. And allowing yourself to recognize that much, if not all of that, is misinformation, old confusion. And you can allow yourself to release it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 0 is deep sleep. And just releasing that, allow yourself now to move forward. See yourself moving forward, feel yourself moving forward, and allow yourself to start experiencing those things that you saw in front of you. Success and happiness and wealth and joy and health and loving relationships are your birthright. And allow yourself to feel things getting better and better. Allow yourself to feel that freedom to move forward, making things better for you and others. And as you're moving forward, as you're going and experiencing more things, you may find sometimes that your actions need to change. Sometimes there's a rock that you need to go around and you find, oh, I can't go around it this way. And it doesn't mean that you have to get stopped. It just means that it's a detour. You need to find another way around. And you can do so. And it is safe for you to achieve what you want. You can handle it. Allowing yourself to feel more and more confident in that as we go even deeper now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 0 is deep sleep. In a moment, I'll count you back out from 0 up to 5. 5 will be wide awake, alert, focused, and energetic, feeling much better than before. Much more aware of how capable you are. Much more aware of what you can do to achieve greater success, personally and professionally, physically and financially. Much more confident that you can handle it. Much more confident that the people around you can handle it as well, and that it's a benefit for everyone. Tonight, when you choose to go to sleep, don't be surprised when you fall asleep quickly, soundly, deeply, and sleep very well through the night. During the night, you'll dream. The more you dream, the stronger you become. I'm going to ask your unconscious mind to allow at least one of your dreams to be a very healing dream. Continuing this healing process in body, mind, and spirit, so that in the morning, at the time you've chosen to wake up, you wake up easily, feeling refreshed, energetic, and ready to start the day again, powerfully moving forward into that ever more joyful experience of an ever greater abundance of health, wealth, happiness, and love, which are your birthright and which benefit everyone. And now I go back down to 0, which is always deep sleep, allowing your mind, body, and spirit to digest all these positive thoughts and images, taking them in at a very deep level, so that these positive changes occur easily, effortlessly, and naturally. Coming up to 1, feeling physically relaxed. 2, feeling emotionally calm and confident. 3, health and well-being, enthusiasm, love, joy, and gratitude flowing through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. 4, becoming more and more alert and aware of your surroundings. And 5 is eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. And welcome back. And thank you so much for joining me. For those of you who joined me live, and for those of you who are tuning in later to go through the tapping, thank you for setting yourself free to be who you can be, do what you can do, because that makes a difference for so many people. So thank you for doing that. Thanks.